All right, all right. Hey, everybody. I am live. I am live. I am live. How's everybody doing today? Um, I've had an eventful couple of days, y'all. That's why I be telling people I don't need no drama in my life, baby. I don't need no drama. I got a boring life, and I like it like that. I like it like that. I like it like that. So I was outside. Hey, what's up, Woo? Hey, Venus. Hey. I have a boring life and I like it like that because life is full of all kind of twists and turns any goddamn way. How are you, Venus? Venus, I want to hear what you got to say, honey. 'Cause I don't know if you have heard about ARC. That's what this is about. I want to hear some ladies' voices. All these men, they love to weigh in. I'd like to hear what you think as well, Woo. I'm going to drop the link in a little while if anybody is available. Um, I'll wait to a certain point before I drop the link. I want to do my presentation. All right, so we got to start this thing correctly, like the family harvest altar and prosperity up. Ashe. Um, Today is a good day. I'm gonna be gardening. My husband, I told him I was supposed to. I wanted to help him move stuff and do some stuff, and he was like, "No." He always does. Like, he always pushes me out. No, I don't need your help. So now I'm home for the day. That's fine. That's like, okay, I can just let my stream go a little bit longer. I was engaging with my neighbors. I had to do an intervention because I had noticed there was some bullying going on in the neighborhood. You know me, I share, Kalima, I share. I don't even fuck around. I'm a community person. I don't even fuck around. So we had to have some parent conversations and all those things. I was in prison for that part. But I seen some shit at the bus stop and I was like, oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no. We're not finna have that. We're not finna have children's bullying other children. That's not gonna happen on Miss Maymay's watch. I told y'all I'm a community person. I'm with the community, okay? All right, so we got fresh flowers from the garden. Get them in there. But anyhow, you said no, I haven't heard. Okay, well, let me tell you about it, Venus. This guy ARC. Now I have never followed him, so I don't know anything about him personally. But apparently he was kind of like a dating coach or something in the manosphere. And you know how these people do? They be one way in real life, right? I need some good energy, so I'm burning some charcoal today because God help me, I don't want to get on the plane and do the wrong thing. So I'm burning some incense today, baby. I'm burning some incense today. Get the good energy flowing. Get the good energy flowing. But this guy's part of the manosphere. Okay, let me do my last thing. I need to light the candle and grace it with some oil. I need everything today. Because, baby, it's all kind of chaos in the world. But anyway, so Sister George, she did an interview because this guy has a wife. Make a long story short, a leader of the manosphere has a wife. And apparently we found out he was a BDSM master and all this other kinky stuff. And he had his wife out there secretly. And a lot of that stuff has come to light because she went on his pantheon. He died. Let me say that. He's an older man. He's 50 something, almost 60. And he died. And people suspect that because she started a collection plate. Hey, what's up, Soul? That she started a collection plate called GoFundMe after he passed away unexpectedly. And she was like in her, I think, late 30s. No, late 20s or so. And so then she pops up advertising on the man's Patreon. He's supposed to be a leader of the manosphere. He passed away, left her with a child, a baby. And the idea was that after he died, like, did he leave her anything? Did she have a home, insurance policy? How's she supposed to survive? Because she was a so-called stay-at-home wife, right? Did he do the leadership patriarchy thing? that the manosphere is always talking about: male empowerment, being a patriarch, head of household, preparing for your stay-at-home wife to live a life with and beyond you. Did he do that? Well, between the GoFundMe and now she decided she gonna be on OnlyFans, y'all. OnlyFans. She gonna turn it up. She gonna twerk it out. She gonna show that coochie what it's all about. She doing the most, y'all. She doing the goddamn most. You are a man who is telling other men how to lead. Honey, it is so much stuff that has come out. We have found out that this man allowed his wife to get her dick somewhere else, but he was the patriarch taking care of all the bills. But she didn't know where the bills or the money was. And that's why she had to find a way out. She had to get her a GoFundMe established so she could pay bills and take care of herself until she figured out where the money was. Venus, do you know where the money is, girl? Do you know where the money? I know where the money is. I know where everything is. That's my job as a wife. That's my job to know where shit is, how to pay the bills, where the bills are, who owns the bills, what the balance on the bills is. That's my business. Yeah, we got to know that as women. It's cute. The idea, right? Tell me if my sound is bad, y'all. Tell me if oh Lord, I got a whole fucking forest fire. You gonna fuck up my flowers. Let me put the flowers over here. They're gonna be smoked the fuck out. This is necessary. This is necessary. I got so much shit going on. I'm trying to be a good person. I don't want to talk about DR. I got some more information. I don't want to talk about that. We're gonna let that go. We're gonna let that go. We're gonna leave that alone today. I'll deal with that tomorrow. But I gotta pace myself. Because if I take in too much information, and if I know too much, I'll do too much. I gotta just chill on that shit. Just let that go. Let that ride. You let that ride. Let it ride, girl. Let it ride. Hell yeah, I know where all the money is. There we go. There we go. That's real grown woman shit. Now you can want to cosplay a girl, but don't act like one, goddamn it. Don't act like one. Act like you got good sense. So this girl's from Mississippi. And she has a young baby. He done croaked. Shit was in disarray. She claimed yesterday that she don't have to work still. Now she's living in Mississippi. I don't know if that house is paid off. There's a lot more questions people have. Did you buy the home? Is it paid off? She claims she don't have to work, but she is on OnlyFans busting it open. And apparently the men were not impressed. She got 2 pictures and a video, and they said she was a grandma, and she called herself masturbating on camera. She's supposed to be this man's wife when he died, and you waited till he died to put yourself on OnlyFans. So people think it's about money. But she clarified yesterday and said it ain't about money. She said she just like being freaky in the public. That's what she said. But I don't know if I believe that. Because if your husband was good with you being on OnlyFans, you should have been doing that already. But she claims that so we got a lot more information than we had before when Sister George did that. I have to tell you that I have reviewed Soul Provider's channel. I also, when he talked about and covered it, Sister George had an after show, so I was listening to that. Grace the Bad Guy had something to say, but I didn't have time to listen to that. And then Grandmaster Troll, I finished listening at his version of it. So there's going to be a lot of content created off of this. Because what they're finding out why the manosphere is dead is because a lot of these niggas be living double lives. Have I not been saying that over and over? Most of these people, they live a double life. Venus is my sound good. You said okay, yeah, you said you know the money is. A lot of people live double lives. What they present to you online is not who the fuck they are. And it's not a big deal that you selling shit to people. That means you're taking their money. They're buying your so-called brand. That's why authenticity is important. Now, if you want here just to be fake, hey, nothing lost. People can be fake if they choose to be. You have to be the one who's discerning, buyer beware. But when you enter money into the mix, you're saying you're a financial guru and you're going to offer people classes and shit. Motherfuckers investing their money expect you to be who you say you are. But that's not what happens often. People are fake. And so this is yet another lesson that motherfuckers is fake. So I'm going to start off by another angle. I'm going to critique this. I've had time to reflect and think. And I'm going to critique this from the what I heard yesterday when I listened. And this might be controversial. It might be offensive. I don't know. I don't know. But I want to go through. Her name is Jamillah. Her name is Jamillah. I went up there and I offered my advice. I said the bitch needs a hobby. She needs a hobby. You need to find something to do with yourself, girl. You can't just sit around doing nothing. Because that's what she said she doing. And she talking about she need a creative outlet, which is OnlyFans. I suggest you find something else to do. And it ain't got nothing to do with her husband or his legacy. It's about being a productive young woman. She got a whole life ahead of her. She could get married again. Don't play yourself. Don't play yourself like that. You could have a whole different future. He's only been passed away for 2 days. You have a mourning period. And then you may get to a place where you say, you know what? I want a man in my life. His life is over. Yours is not. Don't fuck it up being stupid. And what I'm telling y'all is Jamillah is making lots of mistakes. And I'm going to point it out. But the reason why it was so easy for Jamillah to make these mistakes is because patriarchy is broken. A lot of people would not see that angle, but I do. Why do I say patriarchy is broken? Now, y'all know I'm a feminist. I'm not a radical feminist. I'm a basic feminist, a humanist feminist. I've been clear and open about that the whole time. And the reason why I say, let me see what's hey, Woo. She need a job. Hell yeah, she need a job. Hey, Woo. She need a motherfucking job. Get a job, get a job, get a motherfucking job. Every woman needs a fucking purpose. Your purpose is not to lay around for no damn man. That's not your purpose. To look pretty, that's not a purpose. You can look pretty, but don't do it with no purpose in your life. I said that the other, I said that the other live stream, child, you said child like it different. Yeah, you got to have a purpose in your life. You can't just sit around doing nothing and being nobody. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. You can't sustain that long term. You can't. You're going to get bored with yourself. You're going to get into some trouble. It ain't going to be no good. Okay? You got to have some purpose. So what I'm going to do is y'all have seen up there. Uh-oh. I need some more stuff in my thing. I need some more stuff in my thing. Let me see here. I'll put some this in there. Let me cut some. The thing is this. Let me get to the point. Patriarchy, in my opinion, is a system for community, for society. Patriarchy is a system. And the reality is there ain't no system that I could say actually functions better that I've seen work that I can name other than patriarchy. I'm just dealing with what it is. Okay? Because society has to have a practical way of organizing itself. It simply does. That smells different. That's sage. It has to have a way to organize itself. So I'm not necessarily promoting just the idea of patriarchy. Oh, I want men to rule over me. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when we think about the society, the world, how it's been moving, patriarchy has been the only sustainable, somewhat realistic system that we have. Now, I suggest as a feminist that we need some adjustments to patriarchy. And most of the adjustments that we need to patriarchy lie within the woman's realm. Women are the ones who have to have the standards and set the tone and explain their purpose. Because men have their own opinion of what women's purposes are, and they are varied and wide. Okay, it is up to us to set the tone of who we are and what we are as women, and what we will and will not do. Okay, and if you decide you want to, resist and react against patriarchy, then that's your goddamn decision. But you may also find that you can have patriarchy work for you in ways that benefit you. Okay, Shira. We can have patriarchy work for us in ways that benefit us as women, and we can make adjustments. That's where I stand. I'm a hybrid bitch. I'm going to call myself a hybrid bitch. I tend to err on the side of so-called tradition, but I'm not 100%. I don't believe in all that gay shit and weird shit and stuff like that. I have a kinky side, but that ain't got shit to do with regular everyday life and roles and family values, right? I also believe that I am entitled to certain freedoms as a female and privileges too. That's what I believe. So I'm a hybrid bitch. I'm not gonna get up here and pretend I'm some kind of, oh, I'm so happy and sweet and everything's so perfect and I'm so submissive bullshit. I got a mind of my own, baby. I got a whole lot of my own, a lot of different things of my own. And it's gonna be that way. Okay. You gotta have your own shit, your own mind, your own opinion, your own voice, your own goddamn money, your own property. You gotta have some shit. These are the adjustments I'm talking about. Patriarchy is great, but women need to make adjustments to patriarchy. Okay. You ain't finna toss that shit out. It ain't going nowhere. Okay. Let me read the comments. You said I was saying that she seems to be a child the way she was, the way she was dressed, and it's like she was cosplaying. Yeah, I should mention that. Let me say that. She was sitting up there with a Hello Kitty doll. I used to be into Hello Kitty even as a grown woman. I was into Hello Kitty. I had a lot of it. She's sitting up there with a big ass Hello Kitty. I grew up with it. I love it. She's sitting up there with a Hello Kitty doll, with a baby doll tank top dress on and shorts, looking like and a damn big ass bow on the back of her head, looking like she about to go to Disney World. And she looked like she about to skip down the street with her old ass. She 30 something, 30 something. That's how she's looking. She's acting childlike. And I think that that is one of those things that is dangerous. There's a pattern here, Venus, you might be able to relate. When you love your daddy and you worship the males and the patriarchs in your life, this is just the downside. I'm speaking as a female who has this same issue. When you worship your father, you will have a tendency, and the patriarchs in your family, you will have a tendency, no doubt, to want to be taken care of by dominant men, because that's what you used to. That can be a good thing. It could work on your behalf. It can also be a bad thing because all men don't have patriarchy that makes fucking sense. A lot of men practice broken patriarchy. So I'm going to blame this on broken patriarchy. The reason Jamillah, in my opinion, made all the mistakes that she made was because she is functioning or trying to function in broken patriarchy. First and foremost, this whole dynamic where you got these ages, that's where I'm going at. This comes from you wanting to recreate the relationship you have with your father. I understand. You're not trying to marry your father. You want someone who has the same energy as your father. I'm guilty. I know something about that. I like strong men. I like men who tell me what to do. Okay? Because they have a fucking plan. I like men who are anticipating my needs. I like that. I do. That's how my dad was. Okay? I like men who provide, give things, prepare things, think ahead, plan ahead, have shit laid out. I like that. I like that. See, patriarchy can work for you now. It really can. It really can. If you got a man with a plan, it ain't a bad fucking thing. I don't want nobody I gotta lead. What do I need a man for if I got to tell him what to do and why and how? If I got to lead this horse to water, what do I need you for? I'm just saying. I need strong manhood. Okay? I'm with the patriarchy when it comes to that shit. I need you to be strong, self-sufficient, independent, capable, able, intelligent, leadership worthy. I need you to be all of that. Now I got something to work with. But see, patriarchy is broken. So what you have is a lot of men who don't really know what manhood is. And they approach these young women. This is where age comes in. They done spent their best years wasting time, being fucked up, doing nothing, accomplishing very little. And then they can approach a young woman, half their age damn near, and then the hustle begins. You understand? Because she dumb. She don't know no better. She don't know she's looking at a man who ain't arrived. He has basically decided that he wanted to play around, fuck off, and have no real plan in his life. He has no order. Young women don't recognize that, see? I can ask a man a few questions, and I can evaluate whether or not he had a plan for his life. You can't get that over on me because I'm an old dog. I am in my mid-40s. You can't fool me. I can see what you got, what you're working with, and I can say, oh, yeah, you planned your life Or I can say, "Ooh, you ain't did shit. You fucked up. You lost." Okay? That's because I'm an old dog. I've been around. I've seen some things. I know what results are supposed to look like at a certain age. You understand? But see, a young girl, you can show them lollipops and flashy little things and trinkets, and they be ooh, ooh, I got me a man. They're so excited about nothing. He talking that good talk. He smell good. Man, fuck all that. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. I'm an old dog. I know better than that. You can't fool me. I ain't no young girl. Okay? This is why these old ass niggas like young girls. They can fool you. I really want to know, Jamila, do you have a house that's paid for? Because I promise you, if and when my husband croak, I will have a house that's paid for. And many other things, but that's the one thing I know I'm gonna walk away with for sure. Do you have that? This is why age matters, because you gotta have expectations. You didn't marry a dude that's old, unhealthy. Girlfriend, did your mind ever plan what you would do the day after this nigga croak? Did that even cross your mind? It was revealed today on Grandmaster Troll. It was revealed today that this dude did not like to go to the hospital. Y'all know what? Most men are like that. They're crazy. For some reason, they miraculously believe that if they just ignore their health problems, that shit will work itself out. You know, ladies, like I know, that's some bullshit. This is why men need women. We have a very good function in men's lives. All these incels and dumbass niggas that don't understand the value of a woman. A woman will cook you food to help you live. A woman will make sure that when she see your ass is croaking or close to it, she get you the help you need. She gonna help you balance your life out, take your medication, get to your appointments, make you and hold you accountable for your blood pressure and your sugar. She gonna do all of that. That's a real woman. This is what the fuck you supposed to sign up for. There's balance in the universe, baby. There's balance. This is why you need a motherfucking woman. So all you dumbass niggas talking about, I don't need no woman. Women are just trouble. You gonna die early. Bye. You gonna die early. Yeah, this ain't gonna be around long. My husband have been croaked. He'd have been croaked. Had it not been for me. I measure the salt intake. I fix the meals. I make sure he eats healthy. I get him on. Look. Let me show y'all this here. Take it off the damn wall. Y'all see this? That right here. Meds monitor. Y'all see that? Get and stay healthy. He wrote that, not me. Y'all see that? He tracking. He tracking his shit. He puts his blood pressures on there. I bought that, but I bought that board. Don't come in the kitchen and you ain't tracking your shit. Don't come here eat nothing. You ain't tracking your shit. I bought him a pill box to make sure he take his high blood pressure medicine. You understand? I can look on there and say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This is why you need a goddamn woman, dumbass niggas. A woman will save your life, keep you from croaking early. So anyway, if you sign up for an old ass nigga like this, you better have a plan. Now there's an issue. You got stages of life. She's not going to be in the same stage of life as he is. This is why age and broken patriarchy is a problem. You got old ass men who getting these young ass women who are naive, getting them pregnant, and then the bitch ain't got nothing to show for it. Come on now. Come on. This is part of the hustle. This is part of the problem. You in different stages of life. You on your way out and she on her way in. Ladies, don't sign up for no nigga twice your age. Why is patriarchy broken? Because men want to do this. What is you going to do at 60 years old with a whole baby? You're not likely, with health problems, going to be there to raise that child. It is not enough, ladies, to say, for a man to say, I have prodigy. I handed down my name. Fuck your name. What's the quality behind it? What's the life quality? Lifestyle. What's all that? What is it? You're not even there to be present and instill your so-called family values. You're not there to teach, mentor. You're not there to do nothing. So what is that? We putting this on a woman? Oh, this is failed patriarchy. This is failed patriarchy for old ass men to impregnate young women and not be around to provide and protect and take care and raise the children they create with these young ass women. This is failed patriarchy. There must be order in the world. Y'all understand what I'm saying? It's got to be order in the world. Let me go and scroll down. Let me read these comments. Oh Don, oh shit. Let me see if I can read these. He says, "Sup, chat." May roast. I'm not roasting shit. I'm telling. I'm telling the facts. But she went after him. Oh, see, that's failed patriarchy too. That's failed patriarchy too. You said I don't worship my dad. I love him. Well, I worship mine. I was saying she said. Okay, yeah, I read that part. Yeah, I'll admit I worship my daddy. Oh Lord, Don, he over here starting trouble. He said now I got to go to the hospital over any. Not me. I gotta go. I go to the hospital over any little thing. Oh, you do? That's good. That's good adjustment, Don. That's a good adjustment. You won't croak like that. That's good. He says men hate. Wu says men hate to go to the doctor, and that's scary. Yeah, they just think shit gonna matter. They supposed to be the logical creatures, right? But somehow, some way, men just think it's gonna resolve itself. My whole leg turning black, but that's just gonna fix itself. Okay, okay. Black men are the worst at going to the doctor's facts. It make you want to do they want to live. You know, there's an app to track that now. I know Don, but I'm not in my husband's phone track. I got that thing on the wall because I need him to hold himself accountable. I got a high insurance policy on him. That don't mean I want to check cash it out. Shit. I like him. I love him. I like his company. I don't want him going nowhere. All right, so Venus said studies show that unmarried men that are married live longer. Yep. Facts. That's because of women. Don, you better find you somebody. You don't want to croak early, do you? There are apps for tracking that, graphs and everything. That's true. That's absolutely true. Soul Provider said, what's the app called, Don? Yeah, what is it, Don? He said live in touch. No, he says like one touch. Oh, one touch. Okay. I'm sorry. I be having a hard time reading sometimes. Yep. Contour. Look at Don. See, Don is an elevated man. I have to say that. I give Don a little credit. He is a crazy ass troll, but the brother, he know how to live. He know how to live. He don't have problems with women. I like that. I like that. We need more brothers like that. He ain't bragging, he ain't boasting, but he ain't complaining either. That's a good goddamn thing. That's refreshing. Okay. But look at that. Patriarchy is broken. How did she meet this man? How did she meet this her man? How did she meet this her man? How? She found him in the manosphere. Lord, they got so many manosphere weddings, it makes me afraid. Women, what's wrong with you? Women, what is wrong with you? Why y'all finding manosphere men online? Are you serious? You cannot be fucking serious. That shit made my eyebrows go up. So she done found Alan Roger Curry online. Not only did she find him online with a freaking little Mississippi ass, not only did she find him online, she fell in love before she met him, before she talked to him, before she knew what he had or didn't have, before she knew his character, she fell in love. She was dedicated, determined, and dependable. Okay, just like the news channel. Dedicated, determined, and dependable before she even knew what she was investing in. That wasn't enough just to watch his content and say, who is this him man? That wasn't enough. No, no, no. She had to engage him. She had to approach him. She had took it upon herself to reach out and touch him through the internet. Yes, she did. She took initiative. Again, broken male patriarchy. This woman is pursuing this here man. Okay? Actively, aggressively pursuing this here man. And what she does is she finds out that he is a freaky leak. Okay? He's a freaky leak. This dude has a website and a service where he is offering women to be his submissives, his slaves online. So he has taken his depravity, his perversions. I'm a pervert too, so I'm not judging perverts. I love porn. I'm going to put that out there. I ain't going to never sit here and act like I'm some kind of fucking perfect, whatever. Nope. I like pornography. I watch it often and frequently. And if they ever take my pornography like they trying to do in Texas, I will kill somebody, do something wrong. It ain't gonna work. Okay? That ain't gonna work for me. Okay? You might as well just croak me on out if you do that. I cannot survive without my pornography. I'm just keeping it real. Women like sex. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all men? You don't have to hustle women out of no coochie. Women will give it to you. Okay? And if we like you and what you offering enough, we'll just marry your ass and we can have the same dick all the time. Y'all understand? If you're worthy, if you're worth something, we just be ready to get married. It's just simple. And you can have some air house coochie. Understand? But men don't understand that. They think women is running from sex. We're not running from sex. You don't have to chase us down, fool us, none of that shit. You don't got to do none of that. We like sex. What's wrong with these here men? Broken patriarchy. They think they understand women and they don't know anything about women. This is why patriarchy is wrong. Not wrong, but broken. This is what not patriarchy is broken, but this is the type of patriarchy that is broken. This mindset. You gotta cheat women out of coochie. You gotta fool them. You gotta get them young. All this, that. Yeah. That's because you weak. That's because you don't take the time to study women. You don't even need to have a woman in your life. You got a mama, you got a sister, you got cousins, you got friends. You got all these women you could have been studying your whole life if you was observant and cared enough. Look at who women are, not what you think they are. This is why patriarchy in some circumstances is broken. They do not really actually want to understand the nature of women. Women like sex. Women like a whole lot of shit, as you can see. Old girl's from Mississippi, and she is freaky. She is freaky. Okay, so she signed up for a freaky ass relationship with this ARC guy. She signed up for freaky because he was clearly freaky, and there was something beautiful and overwhelming to her about being taken under his wing on a freak ride. All she got to do is just sit there and take instruction. Let him lead the way. He gonna lead her to freaky land. She was with it. Now, these are some mistakes that Jamillah made. Do you need to marry the person that you having these freaky charades with? Do you need to marry them? Can you do that as a single woman? Just have some fun and let it be. This is where I would say there was a broken patriarchy. Because if I was her daddy, understanding that this man was a different age than my daughter, and my daughter ain't got to tell me she's freaky, but when she pulled me aside and said, "Ooh, look at this man here. He's your age, daddy." Daddy, he the same age as you. Daddy, if patriarchy wasn't broken in certain ways, he would have said, "Let me examine this him. Let me examine this him. Something is not right." My daughter then brought home a grandfather. Y'all, but get this. Get this. Reproducing late is not the thing to do. Nobody should be reproducing late. And if I was a father, as a father should be protective, I would be saying, this here man wants to marry my daughter and have how many children before, that's not even knowing his health situation, before he basically leaves her with how many children. That's what my mind would have went on as a man. So this grandpa want to marry and impregnate my daughter and leave her with how many children to raise and struggle with alone after marrying her. He ain't going to be around long. That means my daughter is signing up to carry on a whole lot of burden by herself with a young ass, with a young dumb ass. Yeah, I'm a dad. I'm going to have to, no. The answer is motherfucking no. See, that's how shit in the real world supposed to work when patriarchy is actually functional. And I'm not saying it's totally dysfunctional, but it's some broken shit in there, okay? It's some broken shit in there. Hey, Jizzy, what's up? They're trying to ban porn across the country. Girl, they're going to have to get me on the dark web because I'm not letting my porn go. Fuck that shit. Why is the minister men dying? Because they don't got no women. That's why. He said, I always side eye to guys with younger women. They like younger women. Hey, what's up, son, kids? They like younger women because they want to fool somebody. They want to show up with empty pockets and expect you to be impressed. You can't do that with an old dog like me. I know you're supposed to have something, and so do your daddy. So what I'm telling you is age motherfucking matters. And if patriarchy wasn't broken in certain ways, your old ass daddy would have told that old ass man, hey, you ain't finna marry my daughter. She got a whole life ahead of her. She got a degree, she got opportunities, and your ass is old and you're gonna croak and you're not gonna leave her with all these children and this burden. You crazy. Bye bye. I know y'all had fun, but bye bye. Daddy would have corrected that if patriarchy was fucking functional. You understand? Daddy would have said, nah, hell nah. You old as me, nigga. Nah. Daddy would have checked that boo if patriarchy was working. And the fact that she chased this man, I didn't finish that part. She chased this man. She chased it this man. She chased this man. She didn't became his sub online. She didn't fell in love and invested. She signed up. And when he asked her, hey, who am I training you for? I'm not even getting into the freaky stuff. I'm just telling y'all. I'm just narrating, okay? I'm not getting into the freaky stuff. He telling her, take your underwears off, play with yourself, send me a picture of your titties, grabbing your nipples, show me your coop, bust it open, let me see your asshole, all this type of shit they doing. Cyber sexing, cyber BBSing, that type of shit. Hop like a dog. Whatever I do, whatever I tell you to do, you have to do it, okay? Whatever I say, Simon says, let me see your pussy. ARC says, pull your butt cheeks open. Let me stop. I'm getting nasty. I'm going to stop being nasty. Simon says, he's on childish ass games. Anyway, let me not get stupid. Hey, focus. Focus, goddamn it, focus. I'm getting these dishes clean, y'all. I had to wait till my husband because I can't talk the way I want to in front of him. Oh, he be looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, man, what are you doing? That's how he asks me, we judge. He be like, what are you doing? He don't say much. He just be looking at me crazy. And so he said, man, what are you doing? Anyway, let me focus. Oh, shit. Would you marry Reg? Fuck no, I wouldn't marry Reg. Reg is old. He an old dog. Reg is a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? Reg is a nice guy. Now, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all a little freaky something. I have a little fetish, but it's only a fetish. I've never been in a relationship with it. I have a fetish, okay? And my fetish is being spanked by older men with deep voices. That's my fetish. I get into that shit. But my husband ain't old, so I never get to actually live it out. My husband's 2 years older than me, so we're very close in age. But anyway, that's my little fetish. So I understand where the girl coming from. I get it. Trust me, I get it. Every woman has a freaky side. Every woman has a freaky side. Now, whether she want to unleash it or not, I don't know. But she approached this man. That's a very aggressive thing to do for a woman, okay? To approach him. Now, to let him know that you're slightly interested and let him lead the way, I get that, okay? But she was determined, okay? She was like, this guy is my man. I'm going to have him by any means. And she proceeded to titillate his, how should I say, to titillate his ego, to entertain him, to ingratiate him, to have him desire her too. She, and I'm going to say this, y'all. My question, when we get down to the sub and dom shit, I wonder sometimes who's really the sub and who's really the dom when you look at how the shit turns out. What y'all think about that? Who's really the dom? Who's really in charge? Who's really the boss? It makes you wonder, don't it? Who's really in charge here? Who's really leading here? Motherfuckers be acting innocent and doing all that shit, but who's really in charge? I have to ask that question. And if you look at it and you think about deeply how all this has turned out, who's really in charge? Who really is winning? It's something, ain't it? But anyway, she proceeds to deal with this guy past her parents, and I do believe that's part of a good patriarchy, a solid functional patriarchy. Parents are there, even if you don't live with them, they're still there as gatekeepers, right? They're still there to vet whoever the hell you think you want to be with. And that process should probably start early. Like you have dinners, have meetings. Oh, I want you to meet this guy I'm interested in. Well, this is why patriarchy is broken, y'all. Because based on what she said yesterday, there was no real introduction. Check this out now. I want y'all to hear how fucked up men are with their patriarchy. Let me turn my water off and stop for a second. I got to focus right here. This is the marriage and patriarchy session, okay, that I'm talking about. How in the whole fuck is it that the first time two men, your father and the so-called man you want to be with, when they meet, it's not, hey, I like this guy. Parents, what do you think? Dad, I want your opinion. No. The man informs your father that he has impregnated you, and you don't even have the prospects or possibility of what? Marriage. Y'all, he tried to make her a baby mama. He told her, he had the nerve to tell this woman, I'm going to meet your family, and I want you to know that just because you pregnant, they not finna pressure me, hold me accountable, push me towards marrying you or nothing. That's what he told her. Now, honey, let me tell you something. That right there is a problem for me. That's some fucked up patriarchy. That's some broken ass patriarchy. Nigga, you got a whole baby in my body, and now it's my fault. But you got the nerve to tell me that my family is not finna pressure you to marry me, to commit to me, to provide and protect for me. I'm sitting up here with a whole ass baby in my man. Shit. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'd have done something to him. Not good. They'd have been like, you out of line. Yeah, I had to do it. I don't know if that would have been a pimp slap or a car hit. I don't know what that would have manifested into. But there would have been consequences and repercussions behind telling me that you're going to meet my father and my father better not. But see, this is what happens when patriarchy is out of order. This whole shit don't make no sense. See, you're not supposed to meet no girl telling her daddy, hey, I got your daughter pregnant, don't pressure me. What? What the whole fuck? Y'all, let me calm down. They from Mississippi, y'all. I told y'all when I went to Mississippi lately, on Sunday, I couldn't even find no fucking food. They with Jesus on Sunday. They are so religious in Mississippi. They close everything down, okay? You can't even find food on Sunday in Mississippi. This is the environment you come from, you freaky country ass girl. And you gonna let a whole man come to your father and tell him that he got you pregnant, but don't pressure him. Man by. We Southern. That's all code. I'm so sorry. That shit is off motherfucking code. That shit is all fucking Southern code. Whoo, baby, it's a blessing to meet a father, to have the opportunity to speak to a father about his daughter. And you're going to meet that man on day one telling him, I got your daughter pregnant, and I don't have no obligations to marry. Oh, man. And, okay, this is why patriarchy is broken. Because, see, when daddy heard that type of shit, daddy was supposed to reach back with his fist and punch dude square in his shit. Facts. Fucking facts. He wasn't supposed to let that ride. You understand? You weren't supposed to let that ride. That whole dinner wouldn't have happened. Soon as he said, I got your daughter pregnant, I'd be like, okay. You know what? Let's take this to the house. Let's go to my house. We got to have some serious discussion. You did what? You did what, nigga? With your old ass, you did what? And then the daughter and me would have to have some conversation, see? Me and her, see, that's the time when, this is why patriarchy is broken. Because, see, once he said that, I'd have been like, I tell you what, you go back to the hotel, and I'm going to sit here and talk to my daughter that I brought into this world, who I raised better than this. I'm going to have a hard conversation with her, and then we're going to have a conversation with you. We as a family got some conversations that need to be had. You can excuse yourself now. That's how that would have went down. A patriarchal world that actually fucking functions. You said, I think he settled for her because of old age. Mm, right, woo. What the hell? He said, there goes, Rita said, there go that laugh. Yeah, I gotta, I be acting wild with them laughs. Am I right, though? Am I right about the South? Do we get down like that? Is that how you handle business? That's some disrespectful ass shit. I don't know about the rest of y'all niggas in the United States, but us Southern people, we got some motherfucking standards and codes, okay? And that shit you don't do. That shit you don't do. Matter of fact, back in the day, if you were actually in a situation, you would have already, before you approached the father, had a ring ready on site, and you'd have said, "I would like to marry your daughter." And you probably wouldn't tell him that she was fucking pregnant. She was pregnant. You probably be like, "I want to marry her." And then 9 months later, after y'all been married, because she ain't been showing, 9 months later, all of a sudden, there would have been a baby, and people would have been like, "Ooh, they either blessed or she was already pregnant, but she'd have been married." He wouldn't even tell your damn daddy no shit like that. He just asked for your hand in marriage all of a sudden. That's how that go. But you just talking to a whole ass man, you a granddaddy and he a granddaddy age too, talking about she pregnant, but don't pressure. Man, I'm going to get off that because I just can't. I can't. I motherfucking can't. The nerve of you. The nerve of you. We from the South. We don't do it like that. That's a no-no. That is so disrespectful. That's disrespectful to the ancestors. That's disrespectful to your family, my family. That's disrespectful to everything. That's just not gonna do. I'm outraged about that. That shit right there cooked my cake. Okay, but listen, men are supposed to vet other men. That's my point. This is why patriarchy is broken. I'm blaming the man. This is why patriarchy is broken. Your whole ass daddy was supposed to evaluate, vet, and meet this nigga early on in the situation. That's what was supposed to happen. But she didn't got by to the point of pregnancy, introducing it like that. I don't believe, because I looked at her hand, y'all. I don't believe the bitch even got a ring. Now, how pathetic is that? I looked at her fingers. I zeroed in while she was talking, holding that little pillow, half naked. I looked and I said, "Do she got a ring?" I asked the question. Nobody ever answered it. Do she got a ring? I didn't even see a ring. So he probably didn't give her a ring, a wedding, or anything. And I'm not coming down on her, but Jamillah, this is a problem. This is a problem, girlfriend. No wedding pictures, no expenses. Men's supposed to earn you, girl. Men's supposed to earn you. You're supposed to have a beautiful wedding. You selling yourself cheap. This is why patriarchy is broken. Your mama and particularly your daddy was supposed to say, "Look, old ass nigga, you better give my daughter, now that she done got her pregnant, the best fucking wedding, the ring. Nigga, I'll help you go pick the ring out. I gotta make sure it needs some quality." I'd have been the father that be all up in his shit. You gonna do right by my daughter because your ass gonna quote soon. And I would have had that conversation. "Baby girl, come on over here. Let's sit down and talk. Let's talk. I tell you what, you done got yourself in a pickle. Okay? You tie yourself to this older man. Now the likelihood that he gonna be around, he's 60. Most people is croaking around 80. You got 20 years if the nigga is actually in good health. You got 20 years on average. Maybe. Maybe. Just maybe. You got 20 years, maybe. And in them 20 years or less, you're gonna have to carry mortgages and bills and all kind of things. And you think you cute and you don't want to work, huh? Well, baby doll, baby girl, what you're gonna have to do is get you a life insurance policy worth about $3 million. And if you work you a little job or some little money on the side, let that be the one thing you do. Pay that $150 or so life insurance policy on this old ass nigga you just sat up with. Y'all understand? This is wisdom. This is where patriarchy's supposed to function. Daddy's supposed to sit his little girl down with a grown ass and tell her how to survive past this nigga's time. You know he old. Where daddy at? Where dad? My daddy would have had that conversation. Me and my daddy had all kind of conversations. My dad had done the estimates for me. When I'm like, "Do I get this policy or that life insurance policy?" He'd be like, give me a call tomorrow. I had the numbers for you. And I'm married and old. And my daddy assists me in finding financial things that will support me past my husband. Y'all hear me? Because my daddy is a protector. These are conversations that that daddies have with their daughters. How to protect yourself past your husband. That's part of functional patriarchy. Yes, mothers should have those conversations, but that's what daddy's supposed to do. And those conversations did not happen. He did not pull her aside and say, baby girl, now that you done got pregnant by this old ass nigga who probably ain't gonna live the next 20 years and he gonna leave you with a whole bunch of children and burden, let me help you protect yourself. Let's not have a whole bunch of children. Let's not do that, first of all. And second of all, let's get some insurance policies. And you're going to need to know where everything is. You need to go ahead and get him to buy a plot. Let him go ahead and pay for his funeral. Y'all think my daddy ain't already paid for his plot? His tombstone, know what's going to be on it? He didn't wrote his whole goddamn funeral out. Paid for it and all. My daddy. That's the patriarch. He don't want to burden nobody with that. You understand? That's what patriarchs do. Okay, patriarchy when it's broken, they leave women to scramble and struggle. Y'all ain't that cute. That bow is not cute when you scrambling and struggling. Your smile and your giggle is not cute when you scrambling and struggling. Saying that you a housewife who don't know where the bills and the money and the bank accounts are, that shit ain't cute when you struggling. Okay. See, people like this surface shit. They like the way stuff looks online. You gotta stop living for online, baby. You gotta actually function in the real goddamn world. And trying to look cute and doing all this surface shit, role playing and stuff. If you are really a dominant and you really a patriarch and you really that man, I'm gonna need you to have a fucking plan. Cause when your ass croaked, you should have thought about how me and this here baby and all this other stuff that's required was gonna be taken care of. And see, a young girl, this is why they like young girls, because young girls don't require that. Y'all know how many conversations I done had with my husband about the day he croaked or the day I croaked. And who gonna do what and who the godparents and blah 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 and backup plans to the backup plan to the plan B and the A and the C's. Huh. Shit. This is grown folks. Quit playing with yourself. These people are doing mental masturbation and it ain't about shit. But like I said, if patriarchy wasn't broken and it was fucking functional the way it should be, daddy would have called all of this. I'm blaming daddy. He should have called all of this. He should have laid down the law. He should have said the only way. Because when all of the things fall down, it's going to fall back on me, her daddy. It's going to fall back on me, her daddy. The only way this is, we got some conditions, nigga. That's that man-to-man conversation. We got some conditions, nigga. You understand? He said, okay, that was this. George said in the chat, he did not protect her. Yeah, exactly. You said, I don't think he was left with much at all. Right. What's up, V-Dub? I think he settled for her because of old age. You think he settled? That's interesting. That's right. You said he did not protect her. Her daddy did not protect her. Her daddy did not protect her, and her so-called husband did not protect her. That's not protection. You leaving me uncovered. Y'all, what is the whole fucking purpose of patriarchy when it comes to marriage? It's to be taken care of, to be looked after, to be planned for. That's the whole goddamn point. So I blame her daddy for not catching that shit. You signing up to be covered and you uncovered. What the whole fuck are we doing here? Your daddy's supposed to help you negotiate and navigate this type of shit. This is what patriarchy says. Nah, let me tell y'all another level that offended me. It offended my southern sensibilities to no end. I was whole fucking offended. I ain't gonna lie. When he said he told her daddy, I got your daughter pregnant and I'm not finna be pressed, that was offensive enough. But the next level is he informed him that he was engaging his daughter. He did not ask for permission. Y'all, man, I cannot tell you how offensive I found that. I found that shit extremely offensive. Because see, that right there deserved a punch in the face. I'd be like, nigga, you don't tell me shit. Because all I got to do is tell my daughter no, and you won't have shit to go. That's how that works. I can tell my daughter no, and you won't have shit to go. You understand? And she'd be a fool not to listen to her father. Because let me tell you something about a good father. No matter how many husbands you have, no matter how much mess you get into, no matter what you do and fuck up in this world, your daddy is going to be there and he's going to clean your shit up for you. This is functional patriarchy. Okay? Okay? So beyond a husband, the father will still be there. So you better listen to your motherfucking daddy when he says, no, not him. That nigga is not a man. He does not meet my standards and qualifications for malehood. That's called vetting. Men are not vetting other men. Fathers are not vetting men who want their daughters. This is a broken patriarchy. She could not, Jamillah could not have done what she has done to make a mess of her life had her father and the man she called herself loving been real patriarchs in practice, protecting and providing for the girl and giving her the guidance that she needed with a slow ass. The girl is slow. She's sweet, but she's slow. I gotta tell the truth. The girl is slow. She giggling and shit. I'm like, that shit ain't funny. That shit is not funny. This shit is dead serious. A single mother, a single mother struggling with a son. How does a son grow into be a man without no father? Now your daddy got to be his daddy. You understand why it's so important for patriarchs to do what's right from the start? Now, daddy got to be the cleanup man. Y'all understand why a man has to say, no, you cannot have my daughter's hand? Do you understand why that's important? Because daddy got to be the cleanup man. My daddy knew he had to be the cleanup man. He knew this. I had a situation like that myself. My daddy said, no, you're not marrying that nigga. He didn't ask me my opinion. He said, you're not marrying that nigga right there. No. He can ask all day for your hand, and he's not talking to me. He cannot talk to me. He can't ask me shit because the answer will be no. Don't embarrass the boy. Don't bring him around here. No. And what did I do? I told that nigga, my daddy said he don't even want to meet you. He don't like what he heard about you. He said no. He don't want to meet you, and you better not ask him. Don't ask him to marry me. Put your little ring up. Put that little ring up. Here you go. My daddy said no. And you know why men say no? Because they can see shit you can't see with your little dumb young ass. They can see shit that you can't see with your dumb young ass. That's why patriarchy has to be fucking functional. And I'm an intelligent black woman. I'm an educated, capable black woman. I can think on my own, but my daddy, he knows me better. He knows me better than anybody in the world. Okay? And he knows what I need and what I don't fucking need. And he knew that motherfucker was not what I needed to be the best me in my life. And so he said no. And this is why it's important for families to be functional. This is why it's important for fathers to be present. Know your children, what makes them tick, what make them don't tick. So when you have a whole motherfucking loser approach your child, you know how to tell them no. You tell them no. I can see what you can't see. The answer is no. Because at the end of the day, when it's all fucked up, I'm going to have to come up and be the cleanup man. And I don't want to be the cleanup man. Because then I gotta kick asses and take names. I don't want to do that. You can tell when your daughter about to end up with somebody who's going to beat her ass when you're a man. You can tell somebody who is about to take advantage of your child because she's young and dumb and she's not going to be able to protect herself. She ain't got shit in the world. You know, as a man, this is when patriarchy is not fucking broken. Men have to stand up, and if you're going to practice patriarchy, be that shit. Be that shit. Quit playing games. Stop role playing. God damn it. Men need to vet. Men need to give permission. And when men are not vetting and men are not giving permission, this is the type of shit that goes down. Okay? And I'm telling y'all, as a Southerner, I'm fucking offended. I feel like I deserve a fucking apology if you even have to look at that shit. I was offended having to hear that shit. I'm not even gonna ask for your hand in marriage. I'm just gonna inform them. Oh, hell to the no. Oh, fuck no. That shit was offensive. Okay, so I'm going to the last part, and I'm gonna open up the line for anybody who want to speak, give your opinion, or say whatever. I say with all this role play, it's problematic. Okay, you freaky. But are you really a patriarch if you saying, hey, I'm not fucking you, so fuck whoever. We got an open relationship. Let niggas fuck you, run through you. Is that your baby? I'm just asking. Is that your baby? Is that your baby? This is one of the reasons why patriarchy is supposed to work. See, when you have patriarchy, the reason why you get married, you're trying to guarantee that your child that comes out of the coochie is actually yours. That's part of patriarchy. So you can actually say, in my lineage, that's my name because that's my blood. You want to guarantee that? That's part of patriarchy. You're investing in a child because you believe it's yours by blood. It's your lineage. It's something you leave behind. It's something you invest in your child. But when you start playing cuckold games, you can't guarantee that's your kid, can you? Patriarchy is broken. See, girlfriend would not have been able to do none of this if patriarchy was functioning the way it should. Not all patriarchy is broken. I'm telling you that these men who surround this story are broken. There's too many men practicing broken patriarchy. You want the title of man, you want to be in charge, you want to be the boss, but you fucking up all along the way. I need you to know how to be a patriarch, okay? I'm gonna need you, all the women need you to be a whole fucking patriarch, a real one. We can buy into that shit. But this broken bullshit y'all doing, I know I'm old and my dick don't work. So I'm gonna let you fuck whoever you want. Man, come on. Come on now. And I was like holding out, like, no, 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 y'all don't judge. Don't judge. It probably ain't other men when he said polyamory. It's probably other women. He probably got other women. It's probably polygamy, you know. It's other women. And she said, no, I was able, as long as I was honest. I said, don't that sound like Kanye? Didn't Kanye say some shit like that? Oh, this is the same Kanye that called his newest album Cook. Interesting. What was it? Watch the Throne. He has a line. He said, anything is possible as long as you honest. I was like, huh? And so recently he had a conversation online and he said that he loves watching other men fuck his wife. Well, my question is, when the children come out, whose kid is it? How does that work? When we living like that? I don't know. So this role play, who's really in charge? Who's really the boss? She's staying at home, not working, not doing shit, washing 2 cups a day. Girl, you need a hobby. You need to find something to do with your damn self. That's what old people tell you. Say, find something to do. Find something to do. You need to find something to do. Jamillah has made a whole lot of mistakes. I'm going to give them to you one, two, three. Jamillah was young and dumb, and she was not thinking. She wasn't that damn young. She wasn't 18. She was 30. She was not thinking about her future. Jamillah was not planning as a woman should. Past your husband. I have thought past my husband. You understand? You have to think past your husband. You have to. He won't always be there. You have to think past your father. He won't always be there. You are a fool as a woman when you act like the only thing that matters is right now. Jamillah, you're fucked up right there. Women have to plan their life past men in all ways. Divorce, death. Women must always have a plan for after the man. You can accept whatever fucking pedestal he wants to put you on. He wants you at home. Bitch, you need a whole goddamn bank account. Tell him to pay it monthly. I need you to put $2,000 a month in that bank account. Have a plan for after the man, and it's your account. Nobody else has access to. I'm not finna give no free game. I'm not finna give no free game. He a game coach and you ain't got no game. What kind of shit is this? Come on now. Who's really the boss? Who's really in charge? Who's the master and who's the dom? Who's the fool and who is gonna lose? Who? Quit playing with your damn self, mental masturbation, playing all these childish ass games. This is the real world. Real bills, real accountability. Where's the real patriarchy? I see patriarchy missing and broken as fucking this shit. You got somebody else fucking and sucking your chick, but we got babies involved. Okay. Okay. Her second mistake, the first mistake is not having a plan after the man. The second mistake is allowing a man to approach you, court you, date you without dating your family. and having your family approve, your father give his feedback and the conditions of the relationship. That was a fool. You have a father. That's what he's supposed to do. You got a daddy. If you don't have a daddy, I understand, but you got one. You got to have expectations for him. Even if he don't do it, you got to say, Daddy, what do you think about this? Daddy, what is your advice for me as a young woman pregnant by this old ass dude who got bad health? Daddy, what should I do? You got to think about your damn self. You can't let men think for you. You're supposed to use patriarchy to your benefit. Ask your daddy, the men in your family, is this good for me or not? And what do you see and why? Seek wisdom, bitch. She did not. Jamillah did not seek wisdom and approval and the vetting process for herself from her family. Even the women will tell you, baby, did you ask or you were too wrong? Did the women tell you something and you didn't listen? I'm just asking. Because I know if I have a female in my family and she come to me with some bullshit like that, I'll be like, girl, let me tell you something. Am I lying? Girl, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Girl, let me put you to the side. Let me talk to you. That's what I'm going to do. You're my little cousin, girl. Let me tell you something. What that nigga got? What he got? How much? He got some. He got some. What? He got houses. He got property. Okay. Make sure when you get married, you put some of that shit in your name. Make sure you get a prenuptial agreement. Put $3 million insurance policy on his ass. I would have been giving her the whole motherfucking financial gain as her cousin, female cousin. Girl, did you listen to the women in your family? Female family vetting, male family vetting. That shit did not happen. You just thought you was just gonna hop into the future and she was gonna magically work out. Okay. All right. Okay. And the third mistake that Jamillah made, because see, her family, if she had to listen to them probably or even asked, or they was concerned and felt they could express it. See, sometimes when you get older, they don't even say nothing to you, especially if you got a bold head and you will know it all, they don't even bother. That's the problem. You got to be a person to listen to people. Be open and shit. Don't just tell people, I'm grown, don't tell me nothing. That's how you end up missing out on wisdom. My daddy say something to me, I don't be like, I'm grown, I'm 40, don't tell me nothing. I'm like, what you think, daddy? Oh, okay. Why you say that, daddy? Oh, okay. I ask you to elaborate because I want to know. You got shit that you know and see that I can't see. You feel she's dizzy? Submissive doesn't mean dizzy. Exactly. Exactly. He was 60. So let me take this thing off. I'm gonna take the let me move this. Hold on. So I can read these damn comments. Let me read these comments. These comments are good. They're good. Good. Big J, why y'all trashing ARC? I ain't trashing ARC. I am looking at the circumstances of the situation, and I'm telling you that patriarchy in this case was very much broken, and all the results prove it. That was not a real marriage to me. I'm not trashing ARC. I don't know that man. I don't know what he was talking about in his stuff. I don't know. See, that was not a real marriage. If a man is willing to share you, he doesn't love you. Okay, he don't know what's coming out that box is his or not. That's a problem. He was 60, so his penis was probably come and go with getting hard. With getting hard. Submissive doesn't mean dead. See, I agree. You can be submissive. You can play all them games, but at the end of the day, you got to make sure you handle business. Okay, let me do the invite guest. I'm hot. I've been working really hard. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to enter in this, and anybody who want to pull up, you want to talk shit, you want to talk trash, you want to cuss me out, as long as it's on this topic, it's all good. Okay? I have a video between me and him talking. You should listen to it. Listen, Big J, I'm open to it. I'm not trashing that man. I don't know nothing about him. I'm just talking about the circumstances, right? You can fill in the blank with any name. I'm not dragging that man or even her. You know how many men and women have done this? This is a very common cycle. These younger women and these older men, and the shit really shouldn't happen. It just fucking shouldn't happen. I dropped a link. Anybody who want to pull up, if you got an opinion, you want to talk shit, you want to cuss, you want to fuss, pull up. I don't care. I don't even care. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to listen. Okay? But I'm saying that us women, we got to have some self-fucking preservation. That's all I'm saying. And what I'm saying is patriarchy is broken when men act like this. I'm blaming daddy. You hear me? I'm blaming daddy. I'm blaming Daddy. I'm blaming his ass. You supposed to tell your daughter, don't get hustled, don't be nobody's fool. You gotta have conditions to this shit. Don't be dumb, girl. I ain't raised you like that. She gotta cut the ditzy shit out. The ditzy is not an act. That's one of the things. So I done gave y'all the three things that Miss Jamila did. And Miss Jamila wouldn't have done none of that shit if patriarchy was fucking functional. Okay? If the men around her was functional patriarchs, she wouldn't have had this goddamn problem. Uh-oh, we gotta guess. Who is this? Let's see. It's who?
It's me.
Ah,
Oh,
love it.
what's going?
What
What's
you
going on,
think? What's your
man? What's
thoughts?
going on?
Hey, hey, go ahead. Go ahead. Hey.
Yeah, I actually find that I actually find that interview. I was halfway telling uh homegirl, don't do the interview, please don't do the interview because it's I don't know, it was gonna bring this up, and I just I don't know, and in the way she and this is the first time I heard her speak. I always saw pictures of her, right? I didn't know she was like that, and
Wait.
yeah,
You
she's
didn't. You
too
know she was like what? Hold on.
bubbly,
Hold
and
on. Hold
you know,
up.
okay, if somebody is
Like what? She's like what?
yeah, bubbly, overly bubbly. She's like the Black Harley Quinn, you know, a very, you know, scatterbrain. I'm not gonna trash her. It just, yeah. I didn't want to see no. I don't want to see another black woman being shamed, blamed, and explained by these by these manager idiots. I don't want to see all the dog piling because I'm you know I'm tired of seeing niggas dog piling on a woman. Yeah, I find that disgusting. You know, you
You
kind
find
of
what
like these MGTOW
disgusting?
idiots. You know what I mean? You over here trying to shame a, a bunch of men. See, ARC has a lot of enemies in his space when he was alive, and some of that heat because like he used to trash talk these MGTOW niggas and these passport bros. He used to so all that so she's receiving the residuals, and I find that nah. I just I actually regretted why watching that, and because like they're gonna pick her apart, cause and then those niggas, hold on, and then those niggas was over here before when it was announced last week. It was the same niggas who went up to her page, went up in his page and found her talk about her OnlyFans account. That's how it started because she mentioned her OnlyFans account on that Patreon and you know of
Ah,
his. Yes,
so
that's how everybody figured it
his
out.
people. So his fans found out about her OnlyFans and they wanted to be her fans too. Some of them.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying them niggas from the manosphere who can't stand ARC
Oh,
was
they
up
don't
in
like him.
there
Okay.
and they was making video. Right, they were making video after video all week about that shit. You know, and that's why Reg got his cat cooked because Reg was one of them niggas who got a problem. But anyway, that's a whole. I ain't going to that. But what I'm saying is, yeah, that was I didn't want to see that. It was sad. It was sad. It was sad to see that. You know, I just uh
Okay. The part that you found
yeah.
sad was because she
And
exposed herself and him.
well, if you go to the OnlyFans page, she ain't really doing much. She's not really doing much on the OnlyFans.
Right, but you
But
said you
but
found it sad.
still,
Are you Big J? Are you finding it sad because she's exposing herself in ARC, or you finding it sad because she's got OnlyFans? Which part are you finding sad?
the first part.
Exposing
And
him and his.
plain
Mm.
niggas love they love to come here and speculate on shit and tell half truths and add shit in that's not even true, and all of that. So so yeah.
So you have respect for ARC yourself, right?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. He was, yeah, he was one of the legends over here. You know, he was one of the legends. Uh, me and him was talking about suing that white girl who did that 10 hour video, that 10 hour walk in New York video. I was telling ARC, let's go ahead and sue the bitch. That was one of my first conversations I ever had with ARC. Was about that shit. Long time ago. That was about 10 years ago. When me and him was on blog talk. This is when everybody was on blog talk radio back then. But yeah, so
Okay.
but yeah.
So you have had,
He
yeah, engagements with him. Okay.
mm, hmm yeah. I kind of find his videos very humorous when he talk about Mode One and Oops There Goes Again. His books called Oops There Goes Again, and the art of what was that? He wrote about four or five books, but I'm familiar with Mode One, and I'm also familiar with Oops There Goes Again. But
Okay.
if she was smart, she would wrote the female version of Oops There Goes Again. If she would turn around and did a female edition of Oops There Goes Again, oh my god, she wouldn't need no OnlyFans. She wouldn't need, man. She would be making money. She'd be making more money than the OnlyFans. What she doing? If she did a female version of Oops There Goes Again,
Wow. Okay. So
and
hey, what's up, Woo? Who's on the stage? Let me ask you real quick, Big J.
Hey,
When it
hey.
comes to this whole idea of OnlyFans, do you think that she actually hoped to make money and maybe needs money, or you think it's really a hobby? What is your real opinion about that, Big
well,
J?
guess what? I have OnlyFans, and it's a hobby.
Oh,
Yeah, and what,
Wait,
what, what,
th-
what?
you have an
I
OnlyFans?
just answered. I just answered. Yeah. What? Yeah, I do.
what
Yes, I
you
do.
doing in there? We didn't know.
Like as a content creator or as
But
a
OnlyFans is not there
subscriber?
for sex. I mean,
Oh, okay.
I use uh uh I was trying to put content over there, but I said fuck it.
Hmm, okay.
I don't know. I've
Yeah,
never been on
I'm trying to do
OnlyFans, but I
content.
always think I've never been on OnlyFans, but I think about OnlyFans as a sexual place where you see titties and ass and fetishes. That's I've never been over
It,
there, so I don't know.
not 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 all OnlyFans channels sexual based. Now uh OnlyFans cut out the middleman when it comes to pornographic and pimping. I mean prostitution. It cut out the middleman. Ain't no more pimps. Ain't no more you know the middleman.
So,
It's her
May,
and the John.
Okay.
Hell, hey,
do
you'll be
y'all
surprised on
actually?
who. I'm saying
Can
that
y'all
there are
hear
some
me?
YouTubers that I know who's on
I can hear you. Hold
OnlyFans.
on one second,
I'm
Woo.
talking about the females.
Uh-huh. Woo, Big J, I think you got a delay or something, maybe. But go ahead with your point, and then Woo
Uh,
has something to say. Go ahead. Did you hear me, Big J? Hello, Big J. Are you on mute? Yeah, go ahead with
yes,
your
yes. I
point.
put myself on
I
mute.
think you on delay. Go ahead with your point, and then we'll see what Woo got to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's all. That's all. That's all. I forgot what I was about to say, but go. I'll let Wu talk.
Okay, hold on. Don't go nowhere, Big J. All right. Hey, what's up, Woo? How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing today?
Good,
I'm
good.
just
I'm
listening.
recuperating and trying to keep my calm and clean and be good. I'm trying. It's hard, but
Nah,
listen. Was I mean? I just want to ask you that before you say what you're gonna say. Was I mean?
no, I think you were. I think you were straightforward, just like Gabe was yesterday in Sister George live. asking like the real questions. It's like I was trying to figure out what angle where was she trying to go with the questioning, because it seems like, I mean, I wouldn't want to see the girl be berated and just questioned and just talked down to. But I
Right.
feel like we wasn't being real here. And she chose to come on there and talk about the situation, but I don't think she was being 100%. I don't know anyone that does OnlyFans for a hobby, especially in a sexual manner. Because typically, if you're doing OnlyFans and doing sexual things, you're looking for money. You're looking to make money. I wouldn't think you would do that for a hobby, because why would you do that? Why would you do it and show your body and show you in an intimate way just for a hobby? And why are you doing it now? Was she doing it before she met him? Like, what is the full context of, like, why is she doing it? And
Right.
what else I didn't like was that what I thought wasn't smart is that she didn't have any of his information. It's like, this is your husband for a couple of years now, because the baby was 2 when he passed away, and you had no idea of the bank accounts, nothing. You had no idea of nothing. That's a dangerous spot to be in. And it's like, I just don't know. And then the whole polyamory thing, and I'm like, how is that manosphere? Since when manosphere? If anything, they
Right.
always calling a woman a hoe about any little thing, or if she this or she that, she's not worthy. But you willing to share your wife? And I thought, like you said, I thought it was going to be polyamory, like he had the multiple women and she just had, to basically deal with it. But no, she was out seeking other men. So it's like, I don't know what the hell is going on. It
Girl,
was
that's
too
why I
much.
said. That's why I said who is the sub and who is really the dom. You sit at home and get taken care of, and then you fucking other man. Who is the sub and who is the dom? I'm just
It
saying.
sounded like
Jeez.
ARC might have been a little bit, or they was verses. He was a little bit of a sub, and she was dumb, because I don't believe that Ditsy act. I don't know what
Me
that's
neither.
about.
Me
I
neither.
don't. I ain't falling for it. Oh, and another thing that kind of troubled me is, and I said it in the chat, how she was acting kind of like childlike. It wasn't like you was speaking to a grown woman. It was kind of like a kid. And I'm like, is she trying to pull in guys, to her OnlyFans by acting like, innocent and kitty like? And that's kind of disturbing to me, because, like, like, is this some kind
So
of
so
young
so do you
fetish, kitty fetish or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
weird.
With that Hello Kitty, yeah, and with that Hello Kitty thing, kitty thing she was wearing. Oh, she was, a pillow. I just looked at that like, that didn't
It
even
was the whole
look
thing though,
right.
Big J. Big J, it was the bear, it was the hair, it was the how she had her hair in a little ponytail with a bow, it was the little baby doll dress. I'm like, what is this? Like, I'm not trying to be too critical of the girl, because I don't know her, and I never even listened to ARC, but I've heard of him, and I know he was in the manosphere, so I put them all in the same basket of the Kevin Samuels and everyone else. But I just
Well,
thought that was
well,
off
I
putting.
would. Let me say, Kevin said no. Uh, ARC is the only person in the manager I like, because if you talk to him, he don't talk about black women ain't shit. He be talking about, man, I'm here to make love to all the ladies. Y'all need to be like me. Women ain't that bad. He's probably the only one in the manager who's chill on women. He's not trying to shame, blame, and explain.
So he was more
So
like a
yeah,
womanizer.
that's why I like him. Well, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. If you read his books, oh man, he talking about man, like he fucks up some other his friend's wife. I think that was in Who Said Goes Again book. Yeah, 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 man. He did. Yeah, he talked about his sexual escapades when he was in Chicago and L.A. Um, the first
so
time I heard of him, the first time I heard of ARC, he was on Oprah.
Oh, he was on Oprah show. See, I didn't
Yeah,
know anything about him. I don't
yes,
know
yes,
his
he was. That
background
was
like
back
that.
in the '90s. Yeah, yeah, that was back in the '90s.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh wow, okay. So okay, so do y'all think the residuals that she's getting from his books is sustainable?
I don't think so personally. I don't know how popular he was and how many people are hitting up Amazon or whatever every day. I don't know. But what I can tell you that people have told me who are publishers is that the people who get the residuals, they don't make a lot of money per book. It's not a lot. It's not a lot.
Mm,
So if you're selling your books for like $10, that you might get, after the printer or whoever you went through, and that would mean she's running a business. Unless he did independent press, and he's not under contract, but he sounds like he probably was. Um, the publisher is going to make most of the money. So if the book is, let's say, $15, she might probably get two or three per book, unless they're doing self-publishing. But that means she
Well,
would be
well,
running
well,
that.
well. Like what happened was before he passed, he was trying to make a movie out of one of those books, and he sold the rights.
oh wow.
Oh, he
Yeah,
sold the
yeah,
rights
yeah.
to the
He sold.
book.
Yeah, yeah. Because he was trying to make a movie out of one of his books. I think it was Mode One or The Art of Seduction. One of those books. He was trying to make a movie out of it, and he sold the rights. And that was like I want to say that's like 5 months, six months before he passed.
And see, that's the question too. Did he tell her that? Did they have a conversation as a couple? Hey, I'm selling my rights to my book. This is how much
I
money
doubt
I'm
it.
gonna make. Right. So she don't even. She probably wasn't part of that process of that conversation, negotiating, navigating, and compromising on that. And she probably, you never know. You don't have paperwork. You don't know if they telling you the truth or not. How much they could tell you getting $2 per book, and your ass is supposed to get $7 per book. She don't seem like somebody who's on top of things. She just doesn't. She just flying with the wind, and I'm gonna be honest. I've had students that I taught like her, and I always told them, "Girl, be a waitress, be a flight attendant, do your best. You're not going to be a doctor. You just don't. You don't have that kind of mental focus and dexterity. And
That's
she's one of
why,
those women. She's one of those
yeah,
women that's going to need to be taken care of by men, unfortunately. But what you think?
I that's why I said to Sister George, chat. I said, girl, you need to go to nursing school or something. Go and get you a nice little degree with a career that's going, job security that's going to help you take care of you and your son. But all this other nonsense that she's on with the OnlyFans and stuff, that just ain't gonna cut it. That's just not gonna cut it. And that's gonna affect her son when he gets older. Because if those kids come across that, I mean, the humiliation that he's gonna experience is gonna be like he's gonna need a therapist. You know.
Child, you ain't lying on that. Kids are
So
cruel. And if they can pull
kids,
up pictures
yeah,
of your mama's coochie and throw it in your
hmm
face on social media, honey, you talking about a level of humiliation. But see, this goes back to whole parenting. You got to think past your damn self. A lot of people don't do that. They don't think about past they self.
hmm And I think though he was on one of those videos with her.
Nasty, sexy video.
I believe so. I no, like don't quote me on that, but I think though he was in some of those videos with her.
Oh wow, just
Yeah. So
wow.
so yeah, but uh that's all. Yeah, but a lot of people in this space cannot stand ARC because they eat. Some of these guys they're hating women, and he's on that. Oh, I love women. Blah 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 blah. I love women, and ARC was right about one damn thing. Kevin Samuel stole a lot of his shit. Kevin Samuels and Roller Tomasi, that white dude, stole his shit. They stole his book, stole all of that
Mm,
shit. So if you go back and listen to him read, we go back to his old videos when he's talking about Kevin Samuels and Roller Tomasi and AM, that guy named AM Alpha
AM1.
Males and Strategies,
Oh,
AMS.
okay.
Yeah. They actually stole this shit. They stole it. because they were writing books that were just almost copy as his, and they were making millions off of it.
Wow.
So yeah.
And see,
Hmm.
girlfriend is sitting on a
So
possible
yeah.
empire. She's sitting on a possible empire, Big J, and she's too simple. I'll just use the word simple to understand how she could work that to her benefit. And that's unfortunate that he didn't have
It's
conversations with
like
her.
even Ty City said this the other day. If she would have made the female addition to Oops There Goes Again, and I read some of Oops There Goes Again. That book. Oh my God. Anyway, if he made it, if she made a female, she'll make money over that. If she was smart enough to do it, if she had the brain to do that, just do a female edition of Oops There Goes Again, The Art of Seduction, Mode One. Well, yeah, she would sit there and made a whole lot of money off of it.
Yep, she could
You
write a
know,
book
she
on
didn't.
how she seduced ARC. You know,
Ooh, I'll
the
tell
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, exactly,
So it's
exactly.
just like, girl, you gotta think, girl. You gotta think. Use your brain. She needs some help. She needs some
She
guidance.
does. She need a motherfucking. She need a media manager at this point, for real.
Yeah.
Because this is the thing, though, Big J. Not only she don't even have to contribute content if her simpleness doesn't allow her to be a writer, right? She may not have the skill set to be a real good businesswoman, but you know what she could have done? Something real simple. She
What?
could have done coffee mugs and T-shirts, Big J. She could have took some of the quotes or the things that he used to say, and she could have turned that into merch. You know what I'm saying? All kind of things she could have done,
Right,
and then
right,
use his
right,
Patreon for that.
right. Hmm.
Now, since you had a relationship somewhat with him, and who I got a question for you after this. But Big J, since you had somewhat of some kind of contact and connection to him, when he was alive, do you think honestly that he would approve of how she is using OnlyFans as it relates to his brand? What do you think?
I don't think though he would have cared. I don't think that he would care because uh, for me, we live in hard times, so I wouldn't blame a woman getting on OnlyFans. If you got it, flaunt it. All right, I'm on that percent. It's hard times out here.
But
All
that's
right,
his wife
so
and his
I
kid.
mean,
But that's his wife and his kid, though. You think that would have still been okay because it's his
I
wife, not a girlfriend?
well, the thing is though, he was in some of those videos though, so you can't just say, oh,
Okay.
as if though he would have been upset about it because he was in he played part in that. So it would be hypocritical for him to say it would be hypocritical to say if he was in one of those videos, and I believe though he was in some of those videos.
Okay. So you saying that
So
in his own way he actually participated in that kind of shit. So how could you actually blame her because he kind of opened that door, right?
right. So I mean, I can't I, I can't judge her being on OnlyFans when he was a part of it. Like some people trying to make this narrative that her being on OnlyFans was a slap in his face when he was a part of it. So you can't really, you know. I'm just saying. So
Yeah,
um,
yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. If he opened that door, he already had that door open. All she did was walk on through the door. So what's the big deal, right?
right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, let me ask you this. Well, let me ask you this question. As a woman, do you think that maybe she was doing that stuff with the doll and the hair bow and the looks and the giggles, and specifically that she put out her OnlyFans to his Patreon? Do you think she's looking for a new man, a new ARC? Do you think that's what's going on? What's your thoughts about that? Is she trying to catch something?
Um, I think I don't know. That's tough. I don't think she's looking for another ARC because she posted content to his, his Patreon and stuff. I think she's looking for money from his subscribers, support. I think that's what she's looking for. That's what I think.
Okay.
But
Mhm.
no, I don't think she's doing it because we got to remember when she won the ARC, she came straight to him. So she knows how to directly come to the man that she wants. So I don't think that she's looking for a man. I think she's looking for money.
Okay. So you think to a certain extent she might not be telling the full truth about her money motivation.
No, I don't think she's telling the full truth. And I mean, I can understand it because it's embarrassing. Telling the whole internet, the whole world, you supposedly was with this powerful man and he didn't pass on and you don't have anything to show for it, but your son, which is a blessing, but financially, you in a tough spot. So instead of just being, honest, she went that route, and that's probably the only route she knows is being sexual and sexualizing herself. Because obviously, like Big J said, they was already doing that kind of stuff. So and they were showing ARC followers the freaky stuff they was doing. So she probably thought, okay, they already used to it. I could just go back to that and see if they can give me some money or make some money in that way. Because they liked it at first when it was me and the ARC. So I'm thinking maybe she was thinking in that way. They would,
Mm.
his followers would sympathize for, simp for, and send us some money. Oh, you don't have to do that. Let me give you this. Let me pay for this. You don't have to do that.
So it was gonna be like an instant audience, instant appreciation, just an easy way to get something, get where she trying to
Yeah,
go.
yeah, make money.
Well,
She's
she thought wrong. Jamila, girlfriend, you gotta spend some time thinking, honey. You gotta spend some time. You got a lot of time on your hands, honey. You need to spend some time thinking through shit. That's all I can tell you. What advice would you give Jamila if she was your little cousin?
what advice I would give her is get off OnlyFans. And I get, we in a more I'm not I'm not some real conservative person, but get off OnlyFans, at least, showing your face and all that, because what if you want to change your life and do something where you're in a public, you're a professional or something like that, and that can easily be traced back, and next thing you know, your whole career is ruined because you was on OnlyFans doing the most. So I would tell her to get off of OnlyFans and use her husband platform to make money. I mean, you got a husband that has a strong platform. People still remember him to this day. How long he's passed? He's how long? When did he die? About a year ago? A year or two
I think
ago?
2 years, 2 years ago. I think.
2 years ago. People still remember him. Try to build some momentum off of that and try to make money like that. If you don't want to go the traditional route by getting a job, then use his social media to platform yourself to make money. That's what I would give her if you don't want to go that route. But
Hmm.
stop showing your ass on OnlyFans and acting like a little child and doing like that's weird to me. I don't, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Hmm.
That ain't my
I
cup of tea.
agree. I agree. I think that getting off OnlyFans and giving up that whole, whatever sexual shit you want to do that shit. Keep it private. If you want to keep going that route, keep it private. But I think for herself, if she's thinking about self preservation and she's thinking past her husband, um, she's young, you know, and she got a whole life to live, and she already has a son that she's bringing with her into the situation. And I hope she doesn't think, well, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna live and die like this, just single and me by myself forever. I hope that's not her mindset, thinking she's holding some legacy. People get remarried because people have real needs, sexual, emotional, want to share your life with somebody, you want to laugh with somebody. Companionship is necessary. She's young. So she needs to get off OnlyFans because she might ruin her. Like, I agree with you. The next man don't want to marry somebody You ain't gotta be wholesome and shit. But he don't want to marry you when you busting out open on OnlyFans. A respectable man don't necessarily want that. You know what I'm saying? If that shuts off your priorities, so you're only going to be able to attract weirdos. Because a man who's a lawyer or he's a doctor, or he has some kind of prestige or business about himself, he's not trying to wife up no chick that's got her shit wide open, been wide open on the internet. Not gonna happen. You only gonna hope open yourself up to some sleazy ass whatever leftover motherfuckers. That's it. So she would be limiting herself in her future possibilities of companionship by staying on OnlyFans. That's my thought. I agree with you. And then secondly, I think you're right. She needs to really think through marketing and building on what dude has. And if she's not willing to do that, she needs to get a goddamn job. For real. This economy is rolling. And unless that house is bought and paid for and the way the taxes is going up, you still don't need a fucking job. Okay? Okay?
I 100% agree. And I thought the girl was young. I was calling her a little girl, but she's in her 30s. But I thought she was like 20 something, you know. I didn't know she was like a full grown woman, you know. So she need to get it together. 'Cause she got a
Yeah.
child
I
to take
think,
care of.
yeah, she got to grow up real fast. You know,
Mhm.
I think that
Mhm.
she gonna have to give up that whole idea that sitting around and doing nothing is something. It's not. It's not. Uh,
Yeah.
that whole that's buying into some bullshit patriarchy that women just sit around and do nothing and that's cute. It's not. You have to have some business about yourself. You have to have some purpose, some drive. That's a lie about women. That we all we need is to cook and clean for some. That's a whole fucking lie. That's a lie.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not fulfilling. Snotty noses and kids running and shit. That's not fucking fulfilling. I'm here to tell you, it's not fucking fulfilling. You got to
Yeah.
have your own shit. You got to have your own ambitions, your own goddamn mind, your own hobbies, your own interests, your own friends, your own money. You got to have that to be a whole person. Fuck being a female, a person. And we let people take personhood from us. That's bullshit. Okay? People can
She
call it
seems
feminism,
like the
whatever you want to
type.
call it. Huh?
She seems like the type that doesn't have her own personality. You know, she mimics who she's with. Like her life revolved around her son. You know, other than that, she doesn't have anything else. Her life revolved around her husband. Other than that, she don't have anything else. So she's probably been like that all her life, to where she's, what do they call that? Codependent.
Yeah,
Is that what it?
codependency. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So she's probably in a tough spot. I could imagine that she's probably very depressed right now, and she doesn't know where to go or what to do.
That's interesting. You said depression.
Yeah, I think so. You have to be to put yourself out there like that. You're looking for some
Mm,
validation. You're looking for
that's
something.
interesting, girl. I hadn't thought about depression. You're right, because all that giggling and the
Hmm.
laughter through pain. I was looking at that. I was like, giggling? Are you sure?
Yeah, she's probably checked out right now, mentally checked out. You know, it's probably taking a toll on her. You know, what she's going through.
Yeah,
So she
yeah.
needs some help.
But I
Maybe
thought
talk to her
Sister
aunt.
George. Say what now? You said aunt?
No, no, no. I was just saying she needs to talk to somebody, an aunt, cousin, a sister. But that's all I was gonna say. What you about to say about Sister George?
Oh, oh yeah. I thought Sister George. I thought she did a good job of making her comfortable enough to talk. I don't think a black man could have interviewed that woman. I don't. Um, I think woman to woman was allowing her to reveal and be vulnerable. And I know Sister George's personality because I watched her so much. She did not go in and get nasty the way she could have with certain questions and comments. So she was
Hmm.
very benign. And I like the fact that Gabe A came in with some doses of reality. Um, because a lot of people are not growing up in adulting. That's why I was talking about late bloomer. People think
Hmm.
that shit's a joke. I'm doing a series on late bloomer. This motherfucker, is she not a late bloomer?
She's a late bloomer.
A late bloomer. There's a lot
But
of
you know what?
people
I,
who are
I
late
don't think
bloomers.
she is. I No, I don't think she's a late bloomer. I think she just did because she was able to finish college. She was able
Okay.
to accomplish things, but the thought process don't connect. You know, so I
So
just
it's
feel
not late
like
bloomer, it's just
Ditsy.
Ditsy. Ditsy.
Yeah,
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
because she obviously, if she applies herself, she can accomplish things because she got her degree. You know, she was able to do that.
Look,
But
long as it ain't from Strayer or Phoenix University.
well, I
But go
hope not.
ahead.
I hope not, because then she's in trouble. But I just feel like she's just a little ditzy. It seems like, especially with the little girl act, it's like maybe she watched too many Disney movies and she has this fairy tale about a man and about love, and she hasn't grew out of that stage yet.
Well, that's a little late bloomer. I think she a mix then. She a little mix. And notice she got this she got a degree, but she got it in a fucked up major. You getting an art major, girl. You can't do shit with that. Are you
Yeah, you can't
serious?
do nothing with art. Yeah,
And she said it. She said she couldn't find a job. And the only thing you can do with art is you can work at a museum, but like, is there a
you have to
lot of
have
museums in
connections.
Mississippi? Right. And you got to go to big cities to get paid. You got to go to like
Yeah,
the Stromberg or some shit. You got to go to New York City, to MoMA. You got to go to big
you
institutions,
know
and
what?
they're going to take people with PhDs. They're not looking for nobody with a bullshit ass bachelor's degree to be no damn curator in art. These people, art
Art
is a
degrees are for
serious
rich kids.
business.
Art degrees
Right,
is for rich
right,
kids. They need
right.
something to do. That's
So
what
I
art
think she
degrees
got an
for.
art degree. Yeah, she got an art degree. She thinks she gonna sit around and paint and shit, and you gonna go get a job after doing that. I mean, art history. Okay, that's cool. I took some art history classes, but like, it's not gonna give you. You're gonna make 20, 30,000 dollars in Mississippi if you can find a job. At every elementary school, they only got like one art teacher that never fucking leaves. Okay,
Mhm. Mhm.
so yeah, that was a bad major. So Jamila, in my opinion, one of her biggest mistakes is not taking the time that she's been given to think through and plan her life. You got
Mhm.
so much shit you need to think. And I would tell every single woman, plan past your husband. You have to do that.
Yeah.
Every household needs a folder called death folder. I don't give a fuck if it makes you feel good. You need a death folder for everybody in that damn house. What is it? It's a death plan. I maintain my father's death folder. Whenever he
Mhm.
updates his will or he adds new accounts or any other investments, he sends it to me via email to me and my brother. And I put the shit in his death folder. All of his military benefits. My dad had already bought his own plot. He already paid for his own funeral. He didn't pay for everything. He got the shit wrote out. Here's my
That's
death
really good.
plan. My dad is crazy. He be calling me talking. I want to talk about the son with daddy. I don't want to talk about. He said this is business. Dad, I don't want to talk about you dead. He called me several times. I need you to take that insurance policy on me up. I'm like, Daddy, come on, seriously?
That's really good. He's realistic. He knows that, death happens to everybody, but some people can't come to terms with that. They think you live forever. Like it won't happen to them, but
Right.
you know,
That's
anybody
black
can be
people though.
touched.
Anybody at any time. And that's
And
black people. It's a lot of black people. They uncomfortable. Like they don't want to go to the doctor. But this shit just gonna stop itself.
isn't
So
that
you
funny
gotta
though?
what's
With
that?
especially, isn't that funny though? Especially for us being from the South, how scary black people are of death and stuff like that. And they go to church, and we the most, Bible belt
Ain't it
church.
though?
You believe in the Lord. You believe in the afterlife, but you scared of death. You terrified of it.
You scared of finding out you
So
got bad health, you don't go to the
yeah,
doctor, but you got faith.
yeah,
You got faith though. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
That's
That's a good
hilarious.
point. That's a good point. But let me ask you something. Not to trying to be pulling you into the nasty and no nasty talk. But do you
Uh,
think us Southern women are freaky? Because that Mississippi shit just throw me off.
yeah, I didn't know anything about that whole Mississippi thing either. And I got friends and I know people from Mississippi. I ain't never heard of that. So this is something new I came
Damn.
across as well. I said, what? I know of Mississippi people, like the friends I got from Mississippi. I know they very religious. I know they're very southern in the way they, think of relationships, church, how to live. They're very traditional. But I didn't know they were freaky.
Right.
I ain't know
Right.
nothing about that.
That's
That
what
was
I
new to
thought
me.
too. That's what I thought too. I said these motherfuckers are stomping Bibles, and they go to the choir practice on Monday, and they go to the sisters meeting on Tuesday. They been living their whole life around the church. So I was just really surprised. And that's deep south. That Mississippi deep south. That ain't Atlanta.
Yeah.
That ain't Atlanta. That's deep south. And I just returned from Mississippi, and I told y'all I almost fucking starved on Sunday. Okay? This bitch right here
Yeah, they
almost
don't
died
play.
on Sunday. Okay? Because they so serious with Jesus that don't nobody open no businesses on Sunday. So I'm riding around, ain't nothing open but checkers, okay?
Yeah, that's Southern Church. You know, Mississippi, even Alabama. I throw Alabama in there. They don't play about
Yep.
Jesus. They don't play about Sundays, Sunday meals. Home cooked meal. They don't play about that. But
Right. Girl, I
no,
thought I was in a
I
ghost
didn't know
town.
that.
I thought I was in a ghost town where it wasn't no cars. I'm standing in the middle of the streets and shit, taking photos. There wasn't no cars driving, none.
I don't care for Mississippi though. I never had the desire to go there. When I think of Mississippi, I think of redneck, racist. Mm-mm. The most I've been in Mississippi is driving through there to get to
Hmm.
Alabama because I got family in Alabama. Other than that, I'm good on.
Ah, Alabama. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good on Mississippi.
Birmingham
Other
Negroes,
than
they for real about their church, honey. Them Birmingham folks, they for real about their church. Okay.
that, yeah, that's why I say Alabama, Mississippi, and Alabama. The church is like, I mean,
Life.
it's that's
Life.
your life. You grow up in the church, live and breathe church. I don't care about that.
Yeah. And maybe, just maybe all that prophesizing and all that other stuff, maybe is somehow uh that I'm a good woman. Maybe that suppresses sexuality, so it just like amplifies it. That's my guess.
Maybe, but
Yeah.
I just never knew of them being some kind of super freak. But they say them people, them people that grow up in the church, them be the most loose out there types, because they, like you said, they have to be suppressed. That's where a lot of the gay men hide at. You
Yeah.
know,
You
so
gotta hide your nasty. You gotta hide it.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah. I'm all
So I,
about, women's empowerment as far as sexuality is concerned, but I think you better be in a position to be accountable for everything that comes out of that sexuality. That's all I think.
but I don't even see the girl as a. Well, I don't know because you don't know anybody behind closed doors. But well, she did pursue him, so I don't know. Maybe she is very hypersexual, all that kind of stuff. And then she, was willing to accept the polyamory thing. So that was a win for him.
Sometimes
So
when you're shy, you just need somebody to give you permission. That's what it looks like to me. She got shit she want to do, but she needs permission to feel good doing it. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Hmm. Yeah,
but I was,
definitely.
this was new to me that women were, I didn't even see, I didn't know nothing about this guy like that.
Me
He had
neither.
women with consultations that's paying $300-400 just to talk to him, and he's requesting them to do sexual things. That's the consultation. From what I think that's what you was explaining earlier.
Yeah. He was being a dom through the internet, like an online sir.
Oh.
This is why. Remember what she said? He's got such work ethic. He's in his office all the time. That nigga in there doming and subbing with his
To
women's
other
is
women.
probably white women
Oh.
too. The white women was probably his best goddamn client because this is more common. BDSM is more common among whites, way more
Mhm.
common. All that cunking shit, that's really common among whites. All of that fetish and wild shit, white people, they probably was some of his best clients. He probably had white males too. Because some of that sub dom shit don't just mean only females. It don't.
Mhm.
It's
Well,
about
it's
power
becoming
and
more
control.
popular amongst blacks, with the whole Diddy thing. He,
Right, right, right.
it's seeping on over to us. All that. So
Yeah.
that's
And when
big.
she said she lives in Atlanta, I said, ooh, oh.
But she said she was back
So
in Mississippi.
now she is, but when she was
Oh,
interested in all that stuff, I said to myself, because everybody knows Atlanta, like Ti got exposed for having them Diddy type parties, not Diddy
oh
parties,
yeah.
but Diddy type parties, and that shit is way common. They got strip clubs here for a reason, okay? So Atlanta has a very young, youthful, sexual environment, and I have a feeling that because she was in Atlanta and she said he kept coming to Atlanta and introducing her to stuff, I have a feeling that she was probably very much involved in the Atlanta sexual underground spaces.
Mm.
And that was why she was, he kept coming here to explore and do all these things with her. That's what I'm guessing. I don't know, but that's what I'm guessing.
Atlanta is
She couldn't be in Atlanta and not know about that shit.
Atlanta is a whole different beast. Boy, oh,
Child, Atlanta is something. Atlanta got everything. Atlanta got
it do.
everything.
It do.
But I
Mm-mm.
love the black youthfulness of Atlanta. I love that part. I really do.
Yeah.
That people feel like I can do anything here. You know, anything's possible. I can be a homeowner here. I can be accepted. I can get a job. I can rise. I can get educated. I mean, you come to
Yeah.
Atlanta, you feel like you got a motherfucking, super cape on. You can save yourself in this world. You get half a man or woman's chance here. Well, you can't
Yeah.
say that for everywhere
Opportunity.
else.
Yeah.
Yes, honey, lots of opportunity. These niggas around here will force feed you opportunity. Okay, they'll call you and tell you what they need you to do so they can get you this money and do it now.
That's amazing.
It is.
That's
It is.
amazing. That's what
It
I like
is.
about Atlanta. That's what
Yeah.
I
I don't think I'm going nowhere, but
like.
um, I think Sister George did a good job. But I tell you what, if you watch Grandmaster Troll,
Oh, good.
he he pointed out some questions. I was like, damn, I didn't think of that. Damn, I didn't think of that. He's a good
Yeah,
interviewer.
he did point out, but he's so oh he went live last night. He was talking about somebody else, some bossy empress or empress or something like that. I'm like, that's another girl that went to OnlyFans. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then he showed the video. I'm like, why you got to show the videos?
Girl, them titties
Talking
was
about,
falling out. That bra was fucking
yeah,
overworking. Did you see that? How you stuff
yes,
double D titties into a size B
size
bra? Like what the
B.
hell?
I was
Jeez,
like, man, but he did post because I was in there listening, and he did pose some good questions. But
he
I think
did.
Sister George, like I said, she wasn't trying to press the girl or humiliate her. She was just basically giving her a platform to say her side because so many people was going in on her. Being that she's ARC wife and she's on OnlyFans and promoting herself on the internet, on YouTube or whatever the case. So that's the angle I think she was going.
I agree. I agree.
And I'm
It's just
glad I'm glad she did go that way because it
yeah,
would have been quote unquote entertaining if Sister George would have pressed her and did X, Y, and Z. But what good if that would have done?
right,
So
right.
I commend her for kind of being soft on the girl.
I
not
do
not
too.
not kicking her while she's down because she stated she's liberating herself, but I feel like she's down, by doing something like that, and it's no good to kick somebody, when they're
Yeah.
obviously struggling, you know.
hmm I agree. And look, Sister George always got that door open because it did go so well to say, hey, we'd like to have an update interview. You know what I'm saying? She
Mhm.
always got that
Mhm.
option. And
Yeah.
she come because one question that Grandmaster Control came up with that I was curious about, I kept saying in the chat, where's the wedding ring? Where's the wedding ring? Because I didn't see it on her finger. And Grandmaster Troll said, that was a whole part that people had curiosity about. Did you have a wedding? What kind of wedding? How big was it? Was it a lot of people? Did y'all spend a lot of money? Did you get a ring? Did you get a dress? Did you plan anything? Did you enjoy it? Was his family there? Was your family there? That's the foundation of the marriage,
Mhm.
bringing your families together. And that part was skipped over. Now, I'll tell you one thing. I would say Jamila is a whole fool If she ended up with no wedding ring, because she said he proposed over lunch kind of unprepared. So I don't even know if there was a ring there. Because he went telling her, don't think I'm going to get married to you just because you're pregnant, right? So
Yeah,
was
that's
there ever even a ring? Did you get a ring, girl? I mean, even if it's just a band, did you get a ring? That part. Then the other part, every woman wants to get married and have a nice wedding. You ain't gonna ball out, but you want something. Photography, pictures, something. Most women, normal women. Did you
I'm
get that?
guessing
Did you
they went
demand
down to
that?
the courthouse. They probably went down to the
Child,
courthouse.
that's
Cause
the part I
I'm
want to
thinking
know.
she probably would have brought that up. She would have, reminisced on a little bit how the wedding was, on the memories of that. I mean, I'm just guessing. So
Well,
they
she was
probably just went
following
down to the
sister,
courthouse.
but she was following Sister George's lead. So that's why I think it could be that she had a wedding, but we don't know because Sister George didn't ask. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And she was kind of up and down in her emotions, happy, not happy, a little cry, So
yeah.
I'm sure she was feeling overwhelmed. So she might not have brought it. I want to know if she has another interview. I want to know, was there a wedding? Was it fabulous? Did you get a honeymoon? Shit, out of everything, I need at least a honeymoon, even if we go down to the courthouse. Did you get a honeymoon?
The way he was talking to her, I doubt she even got that.
God damn.
I doubt it. I doubt it. It seemed like, did he want to get married or didn't he? Because the way he was, don't like basically don't get no ideas. We having fun, don't get no ideas. You know,
And
I'm in
see, that's
charge of
the
this. I don't
right.
know.
But see, that's the thing. When you're young and you got a man double almost your age, do you need to marry and have kids and start a family, or is it just a fetish and fun? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, I mean, they probably was just having fun and then got caught up in the weddings
Hmm.
and then the baby came and then, I'm just guessing, but poor girl. I mean, I don't feel
I
sorry for her.
know.
She not homeless or nothing, but she just need a little. She need help with guidance on what to
Look,
do.
according to the manosphere, not yet, because all black women gonna end up homeless. Let them tell it.
They the ones that's homeless, still staying
Right.
home with mom, staying at home with mama and grandma.
Honey, that's the only
Them the
thing
ones.
saving most of these men talking that shit. The only thing keeping their ass from homeless is the woman they living off of. Shit.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. But I think that's good that Sister George popped up when she did. And it was like right on time, great timing. And she got a lot of stuff. And I'm sure it's gonna be a lot of spinoffs. The sisterhood gonna be talking that shit.
I
The
haven't seen
manosphere gonna be
anything from the sisterhood. Well, from the few that I follow,
uh-huh.
I haven't seen anything. I might have to put in her name and see if the sisterhood been talking noise, but
Yeah,
I
let me
did. It
know. I'm
was a
curious.
video. It was a
Hmm.
video that I seen, but it wasn't talking down on her. It was just a video talking about the situation and what she should have did. But I haven't seen hardcore sisterhood just go in on it. So,
Well, I don't necessarily think they're gonna go in on her. I think they'll probably end up doing what I did, which is critique some of
mhm,
her decisions. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a problem with women not looking out for their best interests. That's the
yeah, of
feminist
course,
in me. Women always have to look out for their best interests. You can play Captain Save a Hoe and all that other shit, whatever little fantasies and role play you want to buy into with men, do all of that. But at the end of the day, I'm with a sheer of 100%. Bitch, make sure you covered. How you gonna get married
you know.
and you call that a covering and you're uncovered? I don't understand. I don't understand.
you know, play ditzy, but don't be ditzy. Play ditzy.
What'd you say?
If that's your thing, like play ditzy, but don't actually be a ditzy little
Right,
girl.
right,
You can
right,
play the
right,
role for your man if that's what y'all into, but don't actually be a dummy. Okay,
right,
you know.
right,
So
right. I agree with that
I
100%. Yeah. And it's a lot of women. They play whatever little role. You want me to be what white women have got that shit mastered, honey. They will be like, okay, sweetie, honey pie, fuck around and get that bitch mad. You gonna find out she got a whole plan for you, okay?
she a whole dumb. She a whole dumb out here. And she gonna bring you to your heels, literally.
Honey, these white women are so good. Look at what's his name? What's that Negro name? The black dude, the big one, Shannon.
Yep. Shannon going
Look at
through it.
Shannon. He got him an extra young one. He got him his ass is damn near 60, and he didn't
Hold
got him
on.
a 19.
Look
Huh?
at Smokey. Look at Smokey Robinson. You gotta
I
think
don't
his
even know
mammy
what
get the
happened.
man. They coming after him for sexual assault. His maid,
Oh Lord.
his
Oh
Hispanic
Lord.
maids, the Latinas, the
No.
spicy Latinas coming for these men too. They trying to sue that old 195-year-old man for his money because they said they was sexually assaulted or whatever for years because
What?
yes, look it up. Smokey Robinson.
I'll go look. I
He
seen
got one
pictures of
foot
him,
in
but
the grave.
he looks so old, honey. That's why I didn't even. I said they can't be serious. He looks so old. I said they would not be messing with this man. That's why I ignored it. I said
They
that's a
about to
joke.
take him out. They about to speed up his
Damn.
his last days with all
Not
that stress.
Smokey, the original green-eyed black man. Not him, Mr.
I
Smooth.
know, Mr.
No.
Smooth. They trying to take him down. So these
Damn.
guys will never learn.
Y'all
They
better
never
quit
learn.
trying to y'all men better quit pretending that women are so innocent. Y'all better see us in our reality. We whole people. What's wrong with y'all? We ain't stupid.
Well, they about to take
That's y'all
Smokey down.
problem. Y'all think we stupid.
When I seen they was trying to take Smokey down, I said, okay, it's time for me to get off the internet. Cause this man is
Girl,
100 years old. Why y'all wait till now? Well, he only got a couple more years, like a couple months maybe.
they gonna take the last little
Oh,
bit of
the
they gonna take the
last little
last
bit
little
of
bit of
life.
money he got, life and money. Whatever he got in that bank account, they gonna take that shit to them. You don't need it. You about to die. Get up. Get up.
Yeah, taking him
God
out,
damn.
taking him out of here.
Women, these men, honey, I say it all the time. If these men understood the real nature of women, like for real, I don't think a lot of these men understand who women are. I really don't. They underestimate us. They be thinking we stupid. They think we ain't this, we ain't that. They just got too many fucking fantasies about what women are and what women ain't. And
Yep.
I just don't understand it. I cannot understand for the life of me. And they always be shocked when shit come out. They be shocked. How is that possible? Motherfucker, don't you know women? Don't you got a
They
mama? Do you pay
don't.
attention?
They too busy around men. Too busy around men crying all day. That's why.
Child, women surprise men all the time. They're too busy crying and whining and coping instead of paying attention.
But
Shannon got fucked over by a 19, 20-year-old girl. He three times her age. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
and then he into the slave play and all that kind of like, boy, you done. Like, what's going on with you? Like, you tripping.
Oh
He into the
shit. I didn't even cross that. I didn't even cross that. You're right. Shannon Sharp
yeah,
is into the whole BDSM shit. Maybe
yeah.
BDSM is something black people need to leave alone.
It ain't for us because we already
Right.
seen that scary and aggressive. Black people already seen the scary, aggressive, and then now you doing all this kind of stuff, and then with white people at that, you
Oh
looking to be
yeah.
taken down.
Hell
But
yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
But it's been good, man. I gotta go.
All right. Appreciate you. Glad you pulled up.
I'll be
Thanks
in
for
the
pulling up,
chat.
Big J. Okay, I'm about to
Yeah.
get going because I got to go get my kid. But thank you so
All
much,
right.
Ruth, for your insight. Appreciate you.
No problem. Good speaking to you. All right.
All right. All right, y'all. I've been on here for 2 hours running my goddamn trap. We got it all out there. Everybody's got different thoughts. Thank you for the chat. Thank you, Gen Z. Thank you for Venus. Thank you, Big J. Thank you, Soul Provider. And everybody else who came through. Thank you, Woo. Um, and if I missed anybody, you too. I just feel like we need to look at shit in a balanced way. Ain't nobody trying to just shit on the chick, and ain't nobody just trying to shit on dude. These are constructs that we are seeing constantly in the black community. These old dudes and these young women, and the dynamics and the games that people play in between. We gotta see it. It's some real shit. And we love to holler patriarchy, patriarchy. Women like patriarchy for some reasons and don't like it for others. Men like patriarchy for some reasons and they don't think they can see any other like possibilities or reasons that it needs to change. But we're seeing it right here. This is broken patriarchy when it's not working the way it should. how it affects women, how it affects families, how it affects communities. If you're gonna practice patriarchy as a woman or a man, make sure you got your shit right. Make sure it's done to your benefit, male or female. Okay, that's just my thoughts. It's a man's world. Okay? We in a patriarchal society, like it or not. It needs adjustments here and there, but this is the world we live in. But don't try to function in patriarchy being fake, because when the real comes out, we see that the patriarchy that you're trying to practice is broken as fuck. And those things is exactly those broken parts of patriarchy that did not work because patriarchs were not being patriarchs the way they should have functionally. This is why Jamila and women like her can have the possibility of making these mistakes. Those are my thoughts. I got to go pick my kid up. I'm done washing all these motherfucking dishes. Okay. I'm cooking when I get back home. I got shit to do. I will see y'all later. Thanks. Appreciate y'all. Feel free to share the stream. I don't really need likes or something like that, or I'm not doing the monetization ever. So just share it for the sake of anybody wants some other opinions, because all these men got lots of opinions, and I think we need some women to speak to. All right, Shay, y'all have a good day.